first full day of retreat. It's such an incredible difference to be able to stop and be still and sit with one another and just allow our lived experience, all the beauty of it, to manifest, dropping off our judgments, our expectations, allowing ourselves to be vulnerable. That's the only way we're going to be truly present. There's a case in the Shōyōroku, the Book of Equanimity. It's the third collection that Zen students study on the path here. And this is the 46th case. It's called Tokusan's Completion of Study. Everyone's like, oh, wait, you mean this ends? You mean one day the bell will stop ringing and I'll have to stop running up and down the stairs? We'll see. It's very easy if you see what Master Emmyo Tokusan saw. So every case in the Shōyōroku starts with the same word: attention. Attention. Great Master Emmyo Tokusan addressed the assembly saying, exhaust the end, and there's instant attainment. The mouths of all Buddhas of the 3 times might as well hang upon the wall. Now, there's a person who roars with laughter. Ha! Ha! When you know this one, the essence of your exhaustive study is completed. When you know this one. So, Shōyōroku is notoriously subtle, but the people who collected the anthology did us a great service. They have what they call a preface before each case. And sometimes that helps to see where it's pointing. So in this case, it says, the pure ground without an inch of grass for 10,000 li still deludes people. The clear sky without even a speck of cloud deceives you. Though wedges are driven in and pulled out, this does not impede holding up and supporting space. A hammer blow on the back of the head. Let's look at a skillful expedient. Right? So that's the preface to the case. So it's pointing to the very nature of emptiness. That's the theme here. Even if you believe you see emptiness clearly, you can still be deceived. And if you don't believe me, just consider all the countless worries you have when there's no sign of any threat. Yeah? We sit and we manufacture them, even here on our cushion. Even when things are going well, even when we're encountering beauty, we have fear, right? We have countless worries. All the judgments we make, suspended in this ether of mind. We can have a full argument with ourselves, just contemplating some past event or some recriminations for conduct or future worry. It says, though wedges are driven in and pulled out, this does not impede holding up and supporting space. In other words, no matter what actions you take, this great emptiness is present. It's not hanging conceptually on some fixed idea that you have or that you can present. It can't be reasoned through. It has to be experienced. And the funny thing is that even though I'm saying it, and I just said it very clearly, we're still trying to figure it out, right? Our reasoning minds are still at work trying to process it. And as if this was understood fully, the next verse says, a hammer blow on the back of the head. Now, that solves the problem really fast, yeah? Then you're brought right back to your senses, right back to where you stand, right out of the realm of discursive thoughts and awfulizing into the true presence, the boundlessness, the sufficiency that's always surrounding you. And that's the stage on which this case is set, right? So great Master Emmyo Tokusan addresses the assembly and he says, exhaust the end, and there's instant attainment. What is this exhausting the end? Right? This is the work you're doing right here on this cushion. In the Heart Sutra, it's gate, gate, paragate, parasamgate, bodhisvaha. We chant it without thinking much about what it means, and that's probably the way to merge with it best, but it means gone, gone beyond, gone beyond, gone beyond, gone beyond, completely gone beyond. Let it be so. When you look closely at the content of your thoughts, and you see them as just a disconnected bunch of judgments and tautologies, self-referential nonsense, then you can begin to look past them and realize that there are places that reason can't take you. You can discuss drinking a glass of wine all day long, but until you take a sip, you won't understand it. Or the beauty of a kiss. But until you've experienced it, then it's just meaningless. Right? It says the mouths of the Buddhas of the 3 times might as well hang upon the wall. Right? We have this fixation on the artifacts or vestiges of time. Right? We're constantly ruminating on the past, daydreaming about the future. Right? It's a very strange occupation that leads us to the position where we can never actually show up right here in the present, right here and right now. But when you can show up in that way, when you can just let go and fully be present, right? Then there's nothing left to be said. No Buddha, no Diva, right, can express it. It has to be experienced directly. And when you let it all go, what do you hear? Well, in this case, it says you hear the one roaring with laughter. It even says, ha ha, in the case, roaring with laughter. But you actually hear it, yeah? Have you heard yourself laugh? Have you heard it? Have you really listened? How about the one who's sad? How about the one who doesn't believe in themselves and says awful things? If you can leave off, and exhaust the end, then you can begin to exercise compassion on that one you call I, and recognize it for what it is. Only then can that suffering begin to be released. Because when you look at that small self, that I, and all the suffering it goes through over nothing, right, it drops away. It drops away. And then you can begin to see all of your judgments on the manufacturing line in your mind factory, right? It's a little line where all your worries are being constructed. Just let all that go. Just let it go. And then you'll get a taste of the boundless nature of who you are. Now we say that. You say, well, this boundless nature of who we are. And we see it as some sort of liberation from fear or worry. Don't worry. Fear and worry will still be there. You're just not owned by them, right? And you can see them for what they are. And you can begin to see what medicine is required in any situation you address, because your hands are open. You're not grasping to anything. Get to know that one. And Put all of your worries and cares to the side. Show up and be present. There's a world that's counting on you. You know that. All of your actions, everything you do, an endless cascade throughout all space and time. Every night, we repeat the same thing. Do not squander your life. It's a thing of beauty. All you have to do is show up, join the dance.